Hello, and welcome to episode 5 of MAHA Mamas. I'm Tanya.
I'm Jennifer.
And we are just going to kind of wrap up this week in MAHA and a couple other stories.
Yeah. So if you recall, 2 episodes ago, because the last episode was Contraception Deception Part 2. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Tanya kind of gave you a little story about what happened to her at her son's baseball tournament. So we just wanted to give a quick update to that.
Yes.
So take it away.
So that is still an ongoing case. Basically, there was a baseball tournament and soccer games and a whole bunch of stuff going on at a sports complex. We live in the middle of the United States where there's a lot of agriculture and farm fields, and this complex just happened to be in the middle of some.
Mm-hmm. The Corn Belt.
So I don't know why, but apparently it was the first type of case at this facility that's now has an open active case with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, because there was a spraying contractor that was spraying herbicides all over the field next door, and it happened to be in 40-mile-an-hour winds. And so if you look at the chemicals themselves, which I have now been given a list of what we're sprayed with, which includes Roundup and a lot of other awful things. And basically all of the safety packets that go with those chemicals say you can't spray over like it has to be a day with like 3 to 10 mile an hour winds.
Mm-hmm.
So because there was that violation, that's why there's this open case. But it's frustrating because there's a lot of moms in our area that are fine with it, that just say, oh, the farmers just needed to farm. This ended up getting posted on Facebook, and a lot of the people in our area are just like, oh, the farmers need to farm, don't worry about it. Like, they're not going to go about your soccer game or your baseball schedule. Like, they just need to get it on the ground. Well, yeah. I'm sorry, you weren't there. None of it ended up on the ground, okay? None of it ended up on the ground. It sprayed, like, people were doused in it, like wiping off liquid off of babies' faces. Like, over on the soccer field, it was right next to, which I have no idea how this guy thought that it was okay to do that. Like, the parents were trying to stop it. They stopped the game. We were farther back, so didn't realize even how close they were at the time. But yeah, the cops were called, or the police were called. And yeah, it's just a whole open case. They came to my house to get samples of our clothing. They ruined one of my favorite sweatshirts. I had to cut it all up to give samples. And yeah, I'm so proud of some of the moms that are like really fighting this, and because we're just not gonna, I don't know, back down to like anything that has to do with the health of our children. I'm really grateful that Secretary Kennedy is in the position that he is, and I do think we need to hold people accountable, because again, I love our farmers, but you have to follow guidelines. And I don't think this was the farmer or the landowner. I think it has to do with just the chemical contractor and what he was spraying. And
didn't they try to like not tell you what it was?
Yeah.
Like, who was
right.
That you made
so that's yes,
with?
And that's why the police were involved, because they found out the company who was spraying, contacted them. They did not want to release the information of what was sprayed, and so the police got involved and put pressure on them. And
was this after the fact?
Yeah. So now, yeah, that's why this is still like an open active case, which I have reached out to Children's Health Defense. And if you don't know about them, check them out.
That was Secretary Kennedy's organization years prior to.
Who is no longer active with his new role, but they fight for children's health. Mm-hmm. And I
like am amazed by what you told me about that Facebook group, though. It's a local Facebook group, like of mothers, just like in the metro area, and the anger that you guys get. Didn't they have to like shut the post down?
Yeah, one of them got deleted because so many people were like, "Oh, give our farmers a break." And again, I get like, because some of the people were like, "Oh, this is where we live. Like, people are spraying like, all the time. Yourself. You can maybe smell chemicals in the air in the spring or the fall or whatever." But again, this was like 40-mile-an-hour winds, freezing morning. This was being doused. Like, the children were having eye reactions, like mouth reactions, tingling, like nausea. It was like literally being doused. on the complex. And so it wasn't just your typical farmer over in the field and you might smell it, which is still bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but it's just another symptom of a toxic culture where we've been gaslighted into believing that, oh, this is where you live. This is what they do.
Yeah.
You know, the EPA says it's safe. So like, get over yourself. Like, what's one time getting exposed to these? Fine.
Right. And granted,
but it's not.
This was 80 acres being sprayed for like an hour. So it's not just like a quick exposure, like you run through the sprinkler, wipe it off. Like, no, there's so much in the safety packets and everything of what you're supposed to do. If you get it on your skin, you have to go rinse for like 15 minutes straight, and you have
hold
to
your eye open and rinse it for. That's what the safety data. We just read the safety data sheet real quick before we jumped on, because the 3 chemicals were Roundup, Zidua SC, and Enlist 1.
Yeah, Enlist is bad,
obviously Roundup. But it said like, hold your eye open and douse it with water for 15 minutes.
Yeah. And then we just found out like it stays in leather, so you should throw out anything that's leather, which all the boys' baseball gloves. Like there's so much to this that, and I know these companies lie too. Like there's just so much greed and so I don't know, just not much regard for people around.
Well, and it just hurts me that these were fellow moms too, that were like telling you guys to get over yourselves. Like, I want to see your grocery cart, because you obviously don't care about your kids' health, since you're so ready to throw everybody else's kids' health out. Like, that is what has led to a sick society. Like, oh, it's just a little bit of this. Oh, it's just a little bit of that. Oh, it's okay to give your kids Fruit Loops because the food pyramid said that. We'll get to that later. Like, people are just so flippant about these things because they've been forced on us for so long that it is our new normal. I'm wearing this shirt today because we're going to get to this documentary, at least this week, that kind of took us down a trip, memory lane from 2020.
More like a nightmare lane.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I wore this shirt everywhere during 2021, 22, 23, because I, just totally refuse to accept any of that crap they sold us. Not my new normal. Remember, we kept hearing that this is our new normal.
No.
Wear a mask. This is our new normal. Screw you. This isn't our new normal. I'm not like, and it's the same thing with these moms. Like, wake the hell up.
Yeah.
Your children are being poisoned and you don't give a crap, and you're going to sit here and yell at other moms who do give a crap. I'm done with that.
Which again, these are moms that weren't even there and don't have no idea how bad it was. I know. What's with you keyboard warriors?
Get over yourself.
Go away.
Go back under your rock of food dye and Roundup.
Yes.
I'm sick of ya. So moving on.
Yeah. I will not be gaslighted. We're gonna fight this, and
so
the accountability.
What did Secretary Kennedy expose this week? Well, something I've known for a long time. Sunscreen is garbage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And last little workup like this we talked about fluoride. And so I was like, if you're going to get one product out of your house that week, it needs to be fluoride toothpaste. So pick fluoride-free toothpaste. This week, I love that he brought up sunscreen. You need to get rid of all the Johnson & Johnson banana boat garbage that's on the end cap.
Hawaiian Tropic.
Yes.
With your oxybenzoate and zinazote and crapidote. Like, if you can't say it, it can't go in your skin.
Right.
And our skin absorbs into our bloodstream within 6 seconds. Anything we put on our skin, anything with fragrance and all that, it goes 6 seconds in our bloodstream. There was a study done on baby's cord blood a while back, and over 400 toxins were found in a baby's cord blood because of what mom was slathering on her body.
Wow.
Same thing with teenage girls. Yes. Similar study done on their bloodstreams because they love their fragrance foo-foo crap.
Yeah, Bath and Body Works was huge. But don't let your daughters wear that. Yeah. And don't wear it yourself. Like, you're not
endocrine
12 anymore. So just stop shopping there.
Yes.
Yeah, don't let your girls. No, endocrine disruptors for sure. They cause so many things. Infertility, so much can cause.
So,
anyway, sunscreen.
I remember a long time ago, somebody was telling me that like the rate of skin cancer was increasing as the rate of SPF was going up. So remember we did the zinc oxide on our nose. It was just nanoparticle mineral, the white stuff.
Okay.
And that's all we used to wear. and it was like 3 ingredients.
And
then they were
no
like,
skin cancer.
oh, we got to get the
What was
SPF higher so you can be out longer and you can do all the things. So we're getting SPF 40 and a 550 and 100.
Yeah.
And then the skin cancer rates are going.
Yes, skyrocketing. Totally.
Well,
so I've always been concerned of that. Like, I think this stuff we're putting on that they're telling us to, like, you know, be ahead of and wear this, I think that's 100% what's causing it. And so Secretary Kennedy mentioned that this week, that the chemicals in there are alarming. So it's a good time to bring it up to you. We're going into summer.
And they were purposely put in.
I know.
They knew they were toxic because they knew they would cause issues. Give you the problem, give you the solution.
Right, exactly.
Rinse and repeat.
Yes.
It's just it's just something that we have in every situation here.
Yeah. So Jenny can mention, you know, like making it or whatever, but for very beginners, a really good sunscreen that I first switched to was Badger, the Badger brand, Badger. It's going to be like a mineral based. You don't need a lot. Sometimes I even mix it with like coconut oil or almond oil or something to just kind of make it spread and last a little bit longer. But that's something that we've always used, and it works amazing. And I just really put it on their nose and like cheekbones. Like, I don't lather it all over them.
And really only if they're going to be near a body of water or out at the pool for a long time.
And I should say I have 2 redheads. So, so there's that too. I don't want you to think I have some beautiful dark children. Like, they are very fragile in the sun, but I just think you just are smart about it. Right. Put it where the sun hits it. Yeah. And again,
but they also need to be exposed to the sun.
Yeah,
so
like
an hour or 2 a day before what are your peak hours? Like 1 to 4, 10 a.m. The sun is different at 10, where it, like, somebody was just telling me this other day, I'm gonna not remember exactly what it was, but the sun is different at a certain time of day where it triggers some sort of response in your body that's really good for you.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah, we love the sun.
Get them out there. Get those little boys out in the sprinkler without a shirt on. Get that vitamin D exposure.
Or just, start with a walk around the block. Like, just get everybody outside for a little bit, and
it's good.
Yeah, have some fun.
But if you're on a boat at 2:00 in July, put some sunscreen on, but make sure it's not toxic.
Yeah. So Badger brand is good.
Native brand is good. Just make sure it's the one without fragrance. And then I've made it with, you can buy zinc powder and you can mix it with like coconut oil and what's the cocoa shea butter, shea stuff. Oh, yeah. You can like whip it all together.
Right. I know.
And then you can add like cocoa butter or cocoa powder, and so that it doesn't look white on your skin. And then it smells like chocolate. So it's good stuff.
What else was that?
So then there was a MAHA report that came out, and I haven't read the whole thing yet. But it was like talking about how the average kid doesn't even get 60 minutes of physical exercise a day.
That's pathetic. My kids are like active all day long. And it's not because I'm telling them like, go run around the house. No, like, it should just be lifestyle. Like, you're not sitting on the couch all day. That's not acceptable to me as your mother. Like,
right.
I don't get why anybody would allow that.
No. And
growing up, I was like riding my bike all day long.
Yep.
If you're bored,
street lights came on.
Everybody plays a game of wiffle ball or goes
kick the can. Now everybody wants to play Fortnite.
Get your kids outside, please.
Right. And then I don't know what the plan is for this, but food stamps, like Secretary is bringing up how like the taxpayer should not be paying for Pepsi and Cheetos and all the crap that you can buy with food stamps.
Right. This is like ongoing. I think they're trying to figure out how to change that without everybody freaking out. But no, I think if the government is giving you money to go buy some groceries, then buy fruits and veggies and eggs and milk, like those kind of things. No, we don't need to be paying for sugary drinks like pop. And candy. No, like those shouldn't be options. And if people want to get upset about it, then go get a job and make more money and pay for your own candy and pop. Like,
sorry. I mean, I used to work for a grocery store a long time ago. I'm not going to tell you when.
I did too.
Do you remember the first of the month?
Yeah, everybody comes with
their food stamps. Do you remember what their carts look like?
Yes, not good. Like
yeah,
Oreos
the
and
welfare
Doritos.
mentality is like, we
Garbage.
need to change that, because Oreos, Doritos,
and Doritos.
Totino's party pizza,
Yes.
nothing fresh.
No.
And it was
nothing.
awful.
Yeah.
And then you look at their kids and they're all fat. And I remember thinking, and I've heard this said many times, America is the only place where our poor people are fat.
Yeah.
And that's 100% true.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's 100% planned. And I think now that if they were to take that away from poorer families, it's easy for them to react, you know, in a way that's like, oh, you know, you can't take away my Oreos and my Doritos, and, you know, try to play the race card or try to play the, I don't know what I'm trying to say,
Well, I mean,
whatever, like the poor versus.
They've been targeted and handed these bad things in order to control them, and
Right.
they don't even understand
Right.
it.
Like, you're not going to want to give that up because now you're addicted to crap food. And that was all part of the plan, so that you would just have crappy health.
Right.
And like not live a fulfilling good life, and not like just, it's awful. Like this whole system is just to entrap you and to just chain you. Like it's not real freedom. It's not good health. Like,
and then
we are for you. Like, we're not against you. We want you to have good health, and just,
you know, and my husband and I were talking
class.
about this.
That's the word I was looking for. The class, you know,
class warfare or whatever. So my husband has traveled a lot with the military, and then one of his post-retirement jobs, he's a retired policeman, but one of his post-retirement jobs took him to Ireland and England and Germany and Singapore, India, Malaysia, just tons of countries
all over.
And then he was in the Middle East with the military, and he said they don't have the obesity that we have here. The obesity that's literally deforming people's bodies.
Yeah.
You know, he said it's just not a thing. Even like in Ireland, where everything's butter and Guinness and, you know, home-baked bread and lard, there is not this morbid obesity where people are equal to 4 people, you know?
Yeah. And we're not trying to fat shame, okay?
No.
But I'm really sick of the whole mentality of like, you're beautiful. Like, my body's perfect as it is.
That's like, going to kill you.
Okay, again, God has a design for your body. Like, your bone structure,
your heart wasn't meant to pump blood through the equivalent of 3 people.
Yeah. Like, I just feel that.
And now what's the new answer?
What?
Ozempic.
Oh, yeah. Right. Exactly. They fatten you up, and then they give you a prescription for it. So, you know, again, that's all part of the plan.
And if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So,
and it is. Ozempic has like a million awful things happening now. I hope everybody knows about that.
But why are people in this country so fat? It's not because they just sit around and eat all day. I mean, there are people that do. But why are they? Because of what they're putting in the food that makes it horribly addictive. Right.
Yes, like on purpose.
On purpose. It's all by design. Why are we the most advanced country, but we're the sickest and the fattest?
Which sucks for our whole society, for our military, for everything. Like,
well, I mean, and what is Secretary Kennedy and the whole MAHA report says that 70% of our youth aren't even eligible for the military because of these things.
Right.
And so that leads to the government food guidelines for how to eat. Like, why is the government even telling us how to eat? I mean, come on. We should know this, but it was a 453-page document. And this stupid food pyramid that put Fruit Loops at the top, and it's carbohydrate heavy, and the big lie that fat is bad. And, you know,
we were lied to so bad.
So Secretary Kennedy says they're getting that down to 4 pages.
4 to 5 pages. And so 453-page document all the way down to 4 to 5 pages.
Yeah.
That's so doable.
But that's also basically the max ingredients that should be on any of your products too.
I know. Yeah. Right. It's true. Because it should be whole foods. Like everything with all the processed foods, all the food dyes, all these additives.
Why?
Yeah. And in other countries, it's totally illegal.
Yeah.
So it's about time
like
that America figured it out, and that parents would wake up and want this stuff out of our food. And it's carcinogenic too.
It's so like everything. My husband, when he was still working for the company that sent him to Ireland, one of his people that worked for him in Ireland sent this gift basket, and it had like potato crisp. They call them crisps in Ireland, and it had coffee, and it had jam, and these biscuits and cookies, and like all of these things. Literally like 2 to 3 ingredients on all. Like the potato chips were potatoes, and it wasn't even a crappy seed oil. It was like lard and salt.
Yeah, seed oils.
And I'm just,
which again, I'm still learning. So don't feel like you have to be at this level. Like start small, start with your sunscreen this week, toothpaste last week,
your water
next week. Oh yeah. Water's huge. We gotta get that. But yeah, maybe try food dyes next week. Like let's start just going in the right direction. Okay. Are we going straight to this now?
So last but not least, a new documentary got released. We'll put a link up on our socials, but it's called Follow the Silence.
Watch it.
Okay, so and get some Kleenex because I was crying, y'all. Oh yes, those people.
I didn't cry. I just get so mad because we all knew.
I'm struggling between like looking at these poor people that are suffering these insane side effects from the COVID-19 juice. I'm between empathy and anger. Like why, what made you think that this was going to be safe? Like, I don't want to say I told you so, but that's like what's going through my head. Like, oh, I knew this day 8 of day 14 to flatten the curve, that this was just a big garbage.
Yeah. So it's the people, it's following the people who signed up for the trials, like to be the first guinea pigs, essentially.
Totally.
And, all of these companies that created these are looking for guinea pigs. They're not doing this to each other. They're not like the scientists are like, here, I'll try mine on yours. You try, like they are looking for people who
that will get a shot for a donut.
Yeah. Yeah. Explain
or
it
a
to
bag
me
of
like,
weed.
Explain it to me like I took the shot for a donut. No. So I feel bad because I know that those type of people were preyed on, like PREY. Because they are just looking for people that are like, oh, I follow the science. I'll totally sign up. I'll totally sign my kid up. We want to help, flatten the curve and move things forward. And we're a totally science-based family. And so I feel bad that they had no idea. But at the same time, like we were shouting from the mountaintops.
How did you have no idea?
We were shouting from the mountaintops. And so,
but like they said in the movie, it was silence. Like you saw, they showed that.
Yes, these people.
Woman whose neck she has a lovely neck. I didn't want to wring it. Jen Psaki, who was the White House press secretary during all that garbage, and she was like talking about like, don't listen to these people. They're crazy. They're suffering. Like, and that's what the doctors were telling these people when they were going with these side effects, where their whole body's shaking and they can't stop, and they feel like pins and needles are running through them. And that's called Guillain-Barré syndrome, by the way. I know people that got it personally after the COVID-19 vaccine, but like it feels like all their nerves are exposed. It's extreme pain. And they're like, oh, you're just anxious because of this virus.
You're just having trying the new vaccine. Yeah. Like,
there's something wrong with you.
Right. And so it just basically follows them. Their stories were finally put out there, and they thought things were like looking up, and they were going to be honest about what was happening to these people in the trials. And then that's when the White House came out with all of its disinformation. So they literally,
the whole movie shows you the whole thing, happened. Like at how hot. And I will say,
they were like so happy at one point, and then it just got crushed by the White House, and then they couldn't even share their stories anymore. And all the big tech would say, oh, that's misinformation. And they'd be like, this is our story. We're part of the trial. This is what happened to us. And
it was supposed to be a trial to see what happens, right? And then the ones that had
they didn't report it. Yeah, they didn't report it to VAERS or anything.
No, and they said, oh, we didn't. It's already been reported to the sponsor, Pfizer, or
like they're
AstraZeneca, which literally translates road to death in Latin. But one thing I will say that makes me even more mad is like the people were like, we were stuck. Like the one lady was like, I was a preschool teacher, but I was stuck with my kids. They wouldn't listen to me. I wasn't meant to teach my own kids. Another lady was like, I was stuck at my house. You know, they talk about how like, I just wanted to get that mask off, like anything that would get us out of this. So they did it. They did it to them mentally first by putting them in prison, shutting down their businesses, bringing their kids home. And so then it's like a lot of them were saying, we just got the shot because we thought that was our savior. Like we can live our lives again. If this is what it takes for me to have my life back or be able to open my business again. Yes. So it was, and it's funny, like you and I, one of the places talks we were both at that we gave right before this started.
It was like
we said, like this is we literally, Dr.
Like February 2019, I think.
Yeah.
So
he's
before
like,
all
it's
this happened.
all leading to
and we knew.
vaccine.
Yeah, and
this is what they're going to do, and this is what they're going to do, and this is what they're going to do. And they did every single thing he said. So shout out to Dr. Ben.
I know, Dr. Tapper, you are amazing. But yeah, the good thing is we knew, and we were just trying to bring in everybody.
Tell everybody, but man.
But I don't know if we should get into this episode, but we saw that coming because prior to COVID, like 2019, you know, and before, they were taking away our rights as parents to decline vaccines. They were going state by state. It happened in California, New York. It was trying to go through in New Jersey.
Exemption.
Yeah, they were trying to take away all exemptions. The vaccines were becoming like gods, and there was going to be no way out of them. And so we knew this was coming. So anyway, go watch that. It's called Follow the Silenced. It'll be worth every minute.
We'll put some links up for y'all.
So I think, is that it?
That's it. This week in MAHA. That's a wrap.
Okay.
I'm sure there'll be lots more next week because it's ever changing.
I know. It's like constant. Okay. So thanks for listening to the MAHA Mamas podcast, where we hope to inspire you to reclaim your health by trusting God's design.
But remember, God helps those that help themselves. So go get after it.
Yes.